Hi, and welcome to another edition of Mike Finds Things, where I go out and find records at like local estate sales and things like that. We got a lot of great stuff. This is all stuff I found over Memorial Day weekend. I did manage to film 2 days at Santa Maria Cruise and Nationals car show for my other channel, which is my name, Mike Frankovich. And on the way up, I did manage to hit 6 sales on Friday between Pasadena and Santa Maria. And I only found stuff at 2 sales. So if you ever wonder if I find stuff at every single sale I go to, I do not. But I did find some really great stuff, especially at a sale in Camarillo that I went to. We're going to go into those records. Also, there's a truck going by because there's always noise going on around my house for some reason. I wanted to film yesterday on Memorial Day, and unfortunately I had my daughter all day, and that wasn't going to happen because there was no construction and no gardening going on whatsoever, which was great. So this video, I'm actually filming on Tuesday after Memorial Day, and it's going to post the following Monday. There's a couple record lots I'm looking at this week at auctions that are local. If I purchase any of those, will probably be in the following week's video. But for now, we're going to do the stuff I found. We're going to go right into the sale in Camarillo, and this was an Army veteran, so there's actually some overseas pressings from Japan of artists that you do know. Great 50 stuff at that sale, and I think I've got 4 different sales worth of records, but this is definitely the one where I found the best stuff. So we're going to start out with a really nice one. This is on Federal. We got a Platters Vu V Abi on Federal with the Federal picture, not a picture sleeve, but the Federal, original Federal sleeve with Shake It Up Mambo on the other side. Great Platters song from 1954 before they switched to Mercury Records. So you don't find these as much. This one on Discogs has a low of 20, mid of 30, high of 100, and I would say this one has very, very, very little play. A few scratches on it, nothing crazy. Might be able to clean up a little bit, but always nice to find these Federal labels. They put out a lot of great doo-wop and R&B stuff back in that era. And again, a fantastic find from 1954. You know, another one, you know the artist, you know the song, you don't know the song by this artist, most likely. Unless you watch this channel, you might, actually. Some of these guys are going to be like, no, I totally know that one. 1958, it's a doo-wopper on Aladdin, which is an LA label. Did a lot of R&B stuff. Thurston Harris, who you know from a Little Bitty Pretty One, had a hit with that. Doing Over and Over, which was a bigger hit for Bobby Day. And the B-side, You're Gonna Need Me, does have some label wear on the B-side, but the wax is fantastic. This one's been listed twice. A lot of times you'll find records that somebody didn't find it the first time when they listed theirs, and then there's actual 2 listings for the same record and pressing on Discogs. One says low of 195, mid of 550, high of 2532. The other one says it's sold for 16 and 1629. So definitely a great doo-wopper on Aladdin from 1958. We're going to go to an artist that you definitely know. And in fact, I'm wearing the shirt. I don't know if I can stand up. I'm wearing my Elvis shirt. We got Love Me Tender, Elvis Presley, on a Japanese Victor pressing. This one had a star insert that unfortunately they had been punched out. And it's Victor, not RCA Victor, but a Japanese pressing Elvis. These originally had a picture sleeve, which is long gone. A low of 255, mid of 9, high of 18 on this one. Said from 1956. I'm guessing on the lower end because of the missing picture sleeve, all of the record, and also the insert being punched out. Now we got hammering going on next door. There's never any silence in this neighborhood, unfortunately. This is supposed to be a quiet neighborhood, by the way. It's been like in Sunset Magazine and stuff. It's like, nope, it's constant noise. Here's another Victor from Japan. This one does not have a punch out, so it's never been punched out because it didn't have one. Originally, they had a picture sleeve, low of 19, mid of 20, high of 25, as we go to the song now. We got Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley. And on the B-side is I Was the One. Like I said, on a U.S. pressing, you'd probably be like, oh, that's a nothing record, but being it's a Japanese pressing, it's sort of more interesting. So one of those cases where you know the artist, you know the song, and but a weird pressing. So there you go. I really hope they stop. This is the only time I have to film this. I always say that, but it's usually true. I got a lot of stuff going on this week, and I thought I'd knock this out this morning. Now, for 1957, we got the 4 Esquires, Love Me Forever on Paris. I love that label with the Eiffel Tower. Not a high value record. I grabbed it because of the label. I just took a chance because the records were fairly inexpensive. And I ain't been right since you left. Sometimes you just take a chance if the prices are good, and so you don't have to sit there and look stuff up and then you figure it out later. And that's one of those. Again, probably like a five or $10 record. Nothing crazy. Here's one I picked up because of the condition. Very common record. Not common to find it in minty condition like this one. Only You and You Alone, the Platters, U.S. pressing on this one. Bark, Battle, and Ball on the other side. Again, a regular U.S. label Mercury platter. Mercury platters are way more common than those federal ones. Even on 78, I find a lot of platters 78s. I think we found another copy of My Prayer few videos ago. I've got a couple copies of My Prayer. Probably Only You. I've got a few of those. And 61, another one that's not a high value, but condition-wise, I had to snag it. Your One and Only Love, Jackie Wilson on Brunswick, another U.S. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is, this is a U.S. pressing. I'm sorry. Brunswick. I thought I saw something I didn't. So we have that one. So Jackie Wilson from 61. Like I said, it's not a high value record. A great one for the collection. Another Platters on Mercury U.S. Great Pretender on Mercury. And I'm Just a Dancing Partner on the B. And like I said, these were so minty, I had to grab them. I wish this guy had more rock and roll and more obscure stuff, but he didn't. But we do have a really great one coming up from that guy's collection here in a few. So here we go. We got another one, another U.S. Mercury, Little Darling by the Diamonds. A very, very popular oldie from that era. And Faithful and True. So I think most of you guys, if you know oldies, you know that song. Another one, you know the artist, you probably know the song. You probably have never seen this pressing, because I've never seen it. And in fact, I could not find any listing for a Japanese pressing of Bill Haley and the Comets with ROCK. Japanese pressing, Decca with a red label, and Saints Rock and Roll on the other side. I don't think I'll ever come across another one of these ever. Like I said, this guy was Army veteran, and likely was stationed over there, and that's why he had some of these Japanese pressings. So kind of a neat record to find from 1956. Like on a U.S. pressing, it wouldn't be like super exciting. I mean, I like finding those in good condition, but like I said, being a Japanese pressing, I can't even find a value on it. Definitely keeping that one though. So I think I keep all of these. Very rare. I'm going to start selling some of the stuff that's like more common because I need the room, but I'm keeping all the interesting stuff. That's definitely one I would keep. 1958, we got a Doo-wop. This group was out of Philadelphia. I've never run across it, so I don't know if this is like an East Coast thing. This guy was Army. He very likely could have grew up in a different part of the country, and that's why it wound up here. We got a Vision Sputnik Dance. It's an EP. It's the Equators. Actually, the lead track was Sputnik Dance with the picture sleeve. 4-song EP on RCA. I have never even heard of this or seen it. Like I said, it looks like it's barely been played. Picture sleeve's in good condition. And it's a fun little song about Sputnik. So, and like I said, I had never seen it, so I'm guessing it might be a regional thing from somewhere else in the country. It does have a bit of a value. I grabbed it because of the picture sleeve originally. I didn't even realize it was Doo-wop. I grabbed it because I thought the picture sleeve was kind of funny. And at low of 187, mid of 10, high of 3165. I would say that's on the upper end because of the condition of everything and the fact the picture sleeve is intact. Here's probably the best record of the video. I'm going to call it right now. I still have, 3 other sales worth of records to get through. This one has been bootlegged or repressed later on with original looking labels. I believe this to be an original copy just because it was mixed in with a bunch of other records from that era. And the values on this one are kind of hard to pin down. It's from 53. It's a 45. So in 53, they were still probably pressing more 78s than 45s. It's Miss You by the Crows on Rama. In fact, I grabbed this because I saw the Rama label and it was all doo-wop. Since I didn't have a lot of time, I was actually driving up the coast. And then later on, I realized, oh, it's the Crows, and oh, it's a song I never heard of. And I really, really love you on the B side. And usually I found a few copies of G, like GE, like GEE, like G Whiz, but just G, by the Crows on 45 and 78 over the years. Never come across this one. Okay, Discogs pricing I think is weird. It says low of 15, mid of 1949, high of 150. So I don't know if some of the repress ones got mixed in on that page. Also, I did find 2 original copies, one for 150 that some guy's asking 150. And I found another guy asking 250 for one of these. Definitely cool to find rare doo-wop, especially when you're on a trip and you're just like, I need to kill time and hit some sales, find some stuff for the old channel. All right, so we're gonna go into this record. This is one I definitely not like the ones we just saw. This one is Freebird by Leonard Skinner. Yes, this came from the same guy's collection on MCA. It even has a beat up MCA sleeve with it. It's like it's barely been played. It's the 4-minute 55 live version, 4 minute 55 second live version, and searching on the other side. Good one for the jukebox, because when people come over and they want to hear stuff that they know exactly what it is, Freebird definitely is a popular one. You know, one I think we all know what Freebird is by now. So I didn't even write down the year. It's from the 70s. We'll just leave it at that. 1961, I found a Brenda Lee picture sleeve, Emotions. Not a high value on this one, but I like picking up stuff with picture sleeves, especially when they're minty. You can see this one's pretty minty. The B-side is I'm Learning About Love on Decca. So nothing crazy value, but like I said, anytime you find something. In fact, we got another picture sleeve coming up a little later on. Another one from around that era, from a different artist. We got a 59 Rockabilly record. I don't think I've ever run across this one. Again, it might be a regional thing. Low of 543, mid of 850, high of 9. Countdown by the Wow Wows on Challenge. Challenge put a lot of great rock and roll stuff in that era. And Richmond Rally on this side. I think that's a hair. Yeah, it's a hair. It's like a hair on there. It looks like a scratch. But in fantastic condition. Worth picking up because I don't believe I've ever come across that one. From 1956, we have a Japanese pressing of another Elvis with the punch out that's been punched out, but the record's nice. This one has a low of $24.99, a high of $32.49, if you can believe that one. Elvis Presley, My Baby Left Me on this side, and I Want You, I Need You, I Love You on the other side on the Victor label. Japanese pressing Elvis Presley. Another one I'm not likely ever. Oh, sorry, this one high. The mid was $32.49, high was $40. That one did not say it originally had a picture sleeve, but like I said, with the punch out being missing, it's probably going to affect the value on that one. Coming up, I found 278s at that sale. This is still the Camarillo sale. This one we found, in fact, we found it like a week or two ago in another video. This is probably my 3rd or 4th copy of this one. It is Shaboom by the Chords on Cat. So the good version, the original. And then these I found out have 2 different B-sides recently. This one's the one with Little Maiden, which I guess is the later pressing. I guess it was a different one. This one shows a value of 5, low 5, mid of 15, high of 30. Again, that's their Discogs sell prices. Being it's a 78, I would be a little leery. Obviously, people want those if they have a 78 jukebox. Next one I have is it's from 1927. So this is our oldest record for sure of this video. Not the oldest we've had on the channel, but the oldest of this video. Moran and Mac, 2 Black Crows. And this is low of 2, mid of 5, high of 20. And it's just part 1, part 2 on a Columbia. This is one of those like, blackface records. People collect that stuff. That's all I'm really going to say about it. I don't want to get too controversial. People do collect it. It is what it is, and there it is. So, kind of grabbed it because some of that stuff can be quite collectible. That one's not super collectible, but I grabbed it anyway. We have an album from '61, Sandy Nelson, Let There Be Drums. Kind of surf-ish, I would say. on an LP. And this one, I believe these LPs I picked. This is at a different sale. So this is a different sale I hit on the way up. I only got 4 records there, and they were all LPs in very nice condition. I didn't write down a value. Not worth a ton, but always nice to pick it up in good condition. Another one I got, I couldn't remember if I had this one. I collect local radio station records when they pop up. So it's from 1970, low of 24 cents, mid of $4.65, and a high of 15. This is a double album gatefold of 93 KHJ, sound of the 60s. And it's got all the DJs, like kind of like Grauman's Chinese theater style, with their fingers in the, or with their hands and feet in the cement. And it's got an interesting board game of like different locations around the Los Angeles area. So more of like a local thing. And it has it's like I said, it's 2 records, so 4 sides, like a lot. I'm not even gonna go through the list. It's a lot of 60s stuff, you know. And the records are super nice. They need inner sleeves, unfortunately. Someone took the inner sleeves. But usually when I find the radio station compilations, they're trash. And that one is really nice, and definitely more of like a local thing right there. Another one, not a crazy high value. This one's on Motown, Mary Wells' Greatest Hits from '64. Unfortunately, they didn't come up with a really interesting looking album cover for some of these Greatest Hits Motown's records. Again, missing inner sleeve, but the record, it looks like they brought it home, played it once, threw the inner sleeve out, and threw the record back in, which you find sometimes. So I'll put an inner sleeve in that one. Another one from '58, not a high value. It is in plastic, which is nice. A Million or More. It's another one of those compilations on ABC Paramount, different rock and roll groups, and you can see some of them in the sleeve there. I like it because it looks like one of those old like Alan Freed like posters or something. So I like the artwork on this one. Looks like one of those old rock and roll concerts. I said the wax is super clean. Another one, I think they brought it home. They played it once, threw away the inner sleeve, and then left it at that. Here we go. We got, this is, I went to a sale Sunday. I was back. I didn't feel like filming. There was a show in Irwindale I was going to film if I didn't. I had a concert. I went and saw Madness in Berlin and Untouchables at YouTube Theater at SoFi on Sunday night. So Sunday morning, I was done filming the show in Santa Maria. I was back. I did not feel like filming the show at Irwindale because I didn't want to wear myself out. So I went to a sale that was east of here quite a bit and only brought home like, I think 445s. So they were cheap, but it was probably with the gas. It probably weren't. First one I found, not a high value one, low of 1, mid of 350, high of 14, a yellow label Atlantic, Honey Love by the Drifters. Fairly common record. Does have the person's original owner's name written on it, but in very, very nice condition. Found that one. Always good to pick up those. Like I said, that's another one you just pick up if it's in good condition, even though it's nothing super special. I'm going to put that in that pile. From '67, we got a garage record. It comes up every once in a while. I think this, I've had a couple copies. This is probably my best copy now. It's Let It Out by the Hombres. Let It All Hang Out. If you know the song, you know the song. Low of 1, mid of 550, high of 18. So a lower value garage record for sure. One that was actually a hit on the radio. And it has a brown sleeve, which I don't know if that's original. Some records, the brown sleeve is the original sleeve. Maybe not on Verve though. Verve probably had their own like corporate sleeve. Another one's not really worth a lot. Good condition. I grabbed it. It's Midnight Special, Paul Evans. Yes, it's the same one that you know from like CCR and whatnot. And Since I Met You, Baby. This one's from 1960. Another low value record. Kind of grabbed it because of the minor label, Guaranteed Records. Another one, I find this one every once in a while. I believe these guys were like from Oxnard. And I remember last time I looked it up, they were actually on American Bandstand, so it was somewhat of a national song. Pastrami by the Dartels. And it's kind of just a cool, like, early 60s garagey stuff. Kind of in the vein of, like, Louie Louie by the Kingsmen or something. Dartel Stomp. It's one of those songs that's kind of silly, but it's really good. 63, not a high value record, probably a $5 or $10 record. but in good condition. I've got several copies in different pressings of that one already. Another one I find locally, this one originally had a picture sleeve. I don't think I've ever found this one with a picture sleeve though. From 1965, it's a Garage on Hanna-Barbera Records, if you can believe that. Monster Shindig, Danny Hunton. Apparently there was an album of this with like monster songs as well, and Roses and Rainbows, but it is a Garage single. Low of 1, mid of 5, high of 20 on that one. I picked it up because I know I've seen it before. I know it had a little bit of value. There's that other picture sleeve. This is from that sale that I only got 4 records at. I think that was 4 records. Maybe it was 5. No, I got 6 records at that one. Sorry. I can't count today. We got the Dovels from 62. Low of 50 cents, mid of 2, high of 32. Someone really wanted one. With Holy Gully Baby on Parkway with the picture sleeve. I said I probably grabbed it because of the picture sleeve. With Your Last Chance on the other side. And I do have copies of this. I don't think I have one with the picture sleeve. And there's the record. Again, that was a big hit. The Holy Gully Baby gets the party started every single time. Well, I gotta get back in the sleeve. Hang on, I'm trying to get it back in the sleeve. Okay, we're getting down. We're getting on the. We got 2 more records to go in this video. It's actually been longer than I thought, so I'm kind of glad I just said, okay, let's just do these. So this is another one I picked up. This is one I picked up yesterday. I went to a sale yesterday morning. They had one on Memorial Day of all things. Which this video will not post on, like I said, it's going to post the following Monday. But I went to a sale about a half an hour from here with no traffic because it was Memorial Day. I bought a couple other things. I bought a 1940 California license plate and a Santa Fe Railroad sign, but it's plastic backlit style, but not with the can, just the backlit part. I bought those, and I bought 2 records, so I'll show you what they are. This one's a really nice copy of the Jules, Oh Yes I Know on R&B Records. This one has a low of 4, mid of 7, high of 29, and a Fool in Paradise. So an LA label, Doo-wop. R&B is actually the name of the label. So I've run across R&B label stuff before. I believe on 78. And our final record, we're going back to the 78s. This is one we found another copy of like a couple videos ago. This one, the wax is nice. The label, someone had their dress label and someone tried to peel it off at one time. We got Bill Haley and the Comets, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. A very nice wax on this one. This would go great in a jukebox with ABC Boogie on the other side. Looks like it's got very little play. This one's from 1954. I think we all knew Bill Haley. We had Bill Haley on a Japanese 45 earlier in the video. I said value-wise on Discogs, again, I give you that disclaimer on 78 prices on Discogs. Low of 4, mid of 10, high of 20. Like I said, definitely one some people want for the jukebox. That's what I've got. Hopefully, I'll be picking up one of these record lots today because it's not far from here. They got a 78. They have a 45 lot and they got a couple LP lots. I'm definitely eyeballing the 45 lots. I've like blown up the pictures and seen that there's some stuff that is definitely worth trying to score. So I'll be trying to do that today. Hopefully I'll pick that up. I can't guarantee it because it hasn't happened yet. If not, I'll be trying to hit some sales later on in the week. I do have 2 car shows this weekend to film, so no guarantee that I'm going to be able to score some other records this weekend. But I'll try. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It does help us out. Make sure you like the video. Leave comments on some of these records. Definitely more obscure stuff this week. Last week was a lot more normal stuff other than that Paramount. That was that record lot I bought from another auction. But like I said, that one, I couldn't even do all the records, and there were so many records in that lot. A lot of cheap stuff in there too, but mixed it with the good stuff. Also check out my AI. I did an AI music channel called Vinyl Interior. It's all car-related AI music songs that sound kind of like oldies or older types of music. And I've got another one called Record Hop, which is all cruising, like soul and doo-wop and funk, like stuff you would go cruising in a lowrider with. I started that channel fairly recently. So I've got 2 AI music channels now because I fell down that rabbit hole. But it's definitely been fun making those songs. So until next time, I'll be seeing you.